Alrighty then, here we are again. This one, 2023, just a year and a half old. We're going to see what we can find in this roll. This one came from Paul Sasso. He says there's a good chance that we could find some good stuff in here, so he wanted to send the roll to get it shared along with the remainder of the Copper Coins crowd, so we can thank him for having submitted this roll to me for a reveal. And I'm popping it open right now to see where we can go with it. It's easier for me to pop it open where it's not on camera because I don't have to stretch out. But there we go. There it is. All right. Shall we? Coin number 1. It's going to go to Crispy. I'm looking around to see if I can see anything of any special note on this, because I don't remember what it was he told me to be watching for. So I am just being careful to watch for pretty much everything. Anything and everything. Got nothing there. Check the reverse. Seems like you know what to be looking for, so I may call upon you to help me figure out what we've got going on with some of these, because, well, the design is not very conducive to easy detection. I think they did that on purpose. Where on the reverse were you seeing things with these? United States of America. Okay. The N in United should be easy enough to catch. Okay. We'll give that a shot for sure. See what we see. Here's one for IT. Obverses on these seem to be a little soft. So that's what we're talking about. There's one of them right there. There you go. You can see it right up here, right there, right there. And well, it carries part way around the design, but it's there nonetheless. That is a double die. Don't really see it extending through the remainder of the design. But it is there, so we have us a nice one. IT gets our first one in this roll. And coin number 4, Frosty. Frosty, let's check the reverse first since we know what we're looking for. We don't have it on this coin. Check the obverse here real quick. Nothing there. Okay. These coins are in pretty good shape. Not a lot of spots or dots or any other planchet wash problems. Working on trying to get our picture where we need it. There we go. Okay, I just said the wrong thing. We pull out a coin that's got spots and dots on it. Not one of the ones with doubling. Move on to ant. Looks like we do not have another one there. All right, let's try coin number 7. Mr. Sureg. Next one of these we see, I'm going to pull it back around, take a look for obverse markers, and see if we can match up markers obverse to reverse. It will at least help in giving us an idea of what to list as markers on the obverse for the double die. If we can find something that the die had in it during the production of these coins, then it makes sense to spread the word on that. So we can say, on the obverse, look for this, blah, 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 and you've got the same die pair. And that's kind of how we attribute coins. Helping out with marker information for each other, so we can all detect what we can see. This is not another one of them. Okay. Nice, nice. We will certainly find that out one way or the other. I'm hoping we see more of the coins in here. More than just a single example. Number 10 now for Wanda. Let's see what we get here. Not another one. A nice looking coin overall, though. On the reverse, anyway. And definitely on the reverse. Okay. So maybe you should figure out how to keep my pie hole shut until we're finished looking, so that I don't jinx myself. Oh, farm dog. Let's see. No again. Number 12, going on to crispy now. Let's see what we can see for crispy. Again, no dice. It looked like it might be something, but yeah, turn it around, crank it, and look at it. It does not appear to be anything. Okay. Again, Eric Beyer this time, coin number 13. Let us see. again. No. This seems to be a theme of a style of double die. It seems to be relatively new. The earliest one I can think of is 2022, and there's now known example of this style of doubling in 2022, 23, and 24. Of course, we don't know yet about 25, but it's interesting to note anyway. Sureg. Yeah, I should be out in the yard working today as well, but we really haven't come out of winter here. We have not yet had a streak of more than 2 days with warmer weather. It's been down near freezing just about every night for 3-4 weeks now, except for that intermittent night once, twice a week where we only get down into the 60s. It's been really weird. Last night's low temperature 25 or 26 degrees. And then today's high 55. And the next couple of days we're expecting lows in the 50s. It's just bonkers. Weather doesn't know what to do anymore, and I think part of that could be the overall failure of our emissions community not taking care of the planet like they should be. It's a very interesting kind of pattern of flow lines on this die. They're very strong through an area that you never usually see flow lines. It's very different. Very odd indeed. It's not the one with doubling on the reverse. Although I argue to say that it's perhaps possible that some of these might be studied later to find very minor doubling in this area, just a little bit of extra thickness. It doesn't really look like doubling, but it doesn't look normal either. But I'm not going to be the first person to jump out there and start calling these, because there could be hundreds of them, and who is really going to pursue them? It's part of what you look at when you're looking at the collectability of any repunchment marks or double dies. Long before we really considered any of that, the split serif RPMs became a thing. And the deal with the split serif RPMs is once you really get started in something like that, you can't generally just back out. Because, well, then you have a double standard. And not only is that politically not good for the market itself, but it's also not scientifically feasible to call a hot dog and then call a beef frank not a hot dog. And then try to explain why it's not a hot dog. It just makes life more difficult. It's easier just to list them and let the people who do want to collect them know that they exist, know that they're out there in a catalog where they can identify them. We have had this split in terms with regard to different systems. We had the Kaneka system fail on the error on the side of caution, I guess you might say. Error on the side of caution. Then you had the Wechsler system for years has been going the opposite direction, listing pretty much everything that can be viewed and determined as a genuine die variety. We tend to, there's another one of those, it's got hair all over him, basically. We tend to call that sort of thing bluegills or fly-speck numismatics. That's That's what Bill Fiva has called that for years. He said, I'm not going to get into fly specks. It has to have character. I kind of agree with him in a way. The place where we have tended to go over the last, at least 10 to 15 years, being Eric Beyer and myself, we have run the website on the premise that if we're going to list something, we're going to list something that appears in a circulated later die state coin, not just an early die state uncirculated coin, because then what's the point? If you can't identify it on a circulated coin, or even like on a brown coin, there will be times in the relatively near future where there won't be any new ones found. So we don't want to list things that are so minor your coin has to be near perfect for you to be able to see it. And that's kind of where we're falling off of the scale of listing pretty much anything that's listable. We only list the things that actually have a little bit of body and character to them. This, for instance, the double die that we're finding here will be something we can list. Number 22 now, almost halfway finished with a roll, and we've only found one of them so far. This is not going to be one. I know the markers on this die, those little die scratches down there at the bottom of the vest and back of the shoulder. It's pretty much a common thing to one die pair that I've noticed so far. And it is not the one that has the double die reverse. Yeah, Mickey comes up next. Let's see if Mickey happens to be the lucky recipient of one of these. This is not that same die. It's also not the die with hair all over it. This one has a bunch of east and west die polish lines running through the neck area, so we'll see. And it is not. Tis not. This one is a normal one as well. One for 23. So it appears to be the same die we just put down. That is a struck through right there on the jawline. It's an area where something kept the design from punching itself into the planchette. Not a double die reverse either. So we shall continue. Number 25 for Eric. Again, Eric shows up for a coin. And what's it going to be? Well, it appears to be different from some of these other ones that I've seen lately, so perhaps it could be one. Let's see. No. No, not one of them. Although there does appear to be some extra thickness here. It's really kind of hard to tell, though, because this design is not, it's not very well laid out to see the doubling. All of the serifs are curved. They're all rounded. So a pointed serif that's doubled will show doubling a lot more quickly, a lot more easily than a rounded serif will. Which goes to show you and tell you why there are so many double die reverses known in the early 60s proofs, because those serifs were extremely sharp and they showed up very well. And serifs on these coins are all but completely absent. And the serifs and sharp corners are what you're really looking for double dies, much more so than other things. Let's go to Mark now, see if Mark gets one. And nope, that's the die with the hair on it. It's a very strange form of die wear we have going on with us. And it is not the double die reverse we're looking for. And for number 28 now, DC. Let's see what we can find for DC. Well, the good news is I don't recognize this die as being one we have already rejected. So, we shall see. Still no. Still nothing. So we are now 1 for 28. That's, I think, worse than most minor league batting averages. 1 for 28. Sissy. Let's see what we can do for Sissy. Nothing there. Let's see if we have it here. Nope. We do not. All right, now coin number 30 is to Bethlehem. Now, she got the only other one we've got so far. This is probably not going to be it. This one's got the die scratches running straight through the neck. So we've seen this die pair, I believe, already. And no such luck. Not going to get lucky on that one. Coin number 31 goes to Wanda. One, two, or three in these rolls, he says. Well, so far, this has been a 1 coin roll. I'd love for it to prove him wrong and be a 4 coin roll. But heck, 2 would be better than we've got now. Coin number 32, on to Ant. Well, I'm pretty well satisfied that we're not going to see anything else out of this roll because we've been through 32 coins and haven't seen anything except the 1 double die reverse. So our chances of spreading out kind of small. Now number 33. It's heating up. Let's hope, right? It's not going to be this one. Not going to be this one. You going to prove me wrong? No. Not going to be that one. I'm still a little bit at a point where it's still kind of difficult for me to determine without turning the coin around and looking at it from both directions. In other words, I'm not very attuned to looking at that kind of doubling yet. Let's do reverses. since that's what we're looking for, let's stick with the reverses at this point. Pull. Nothing there. Number 35. Now for Sureg. Sureg will get one, I'm sure, right? Nope. Not in this coin. Well, 36. So let's take an inside bet. Who says we're going to get 1, 2, or 3 of them in this roll? Throw your vote out there in the comments. We'll see who's right when we get to the end of the roll. Yeah, we've got 3 people saying 2 total. That would be nice at this point. Mickey says 1. He's a pessimist. Mickey likes being Mr. Realist. How about number 38? I think we're going to see 2 of them. That's just my own gut instinct. So I think 2. We're getting closer to the end of it, though. Well, I tell you what. We do still have over 10 coins remaining, so we've got a little bit of a chance. Not in this coin. Now number 40. Back to Sureg again. I said he's going to get one. Not in that coin. And again, for all who wonder, looking at my bare hands going through these coins, and these are bright, brand new, shiny coins, I washed my hands thoroughly 3 times in the last 2 hours. One being right before I came in here and started handling these coins. My hands are dry as sandpaper. I'm not putting any grease or oil or anything on the coins with my fingers. And the pads of your fingers don't have grease or oil on them anyway, unless they're dirty, and mine are clean. So I'm not picking my nose or scratching at my other parts while I'm doing this. I'm only putting the coins out there for us to see under the microscope and placing them directly into holders. Being careful to touch them only by the edges. So basically, does diabetes keep the hands dry? Is that right? No. I must have had diabetes for a long time because my hands have always been on the dry side. Ooh, this is a different set of markers than I can remember seeing. The little die scratches are all running in different directions. This is what, Crispy? There is one for Crispy right there. Number 2. Number 2. Double die there shows extra thick serifs on the bottom of the N, I, and T of United, and kind of on the E and the D. By the time you get over to States, it's kind of normal again. But yeah, there's 2 of them. So I've always wanted to do this. Mickey, you're wrong. Love it. All right, let's see if we can find number 3. We've only got 6, 7 coins left. For DC now. Not another one. So quickly. That's right. Mickey, you're wrong. Stanley? Nothing there, unfortunately. Let's see what we have in the remainder of this little pile of coins. We got 5 left. It's the first out of our 5 for IT. And she pulls a normal coin. That's okay because she already has one of them. She and Crispy got the 2 so far out of this roll. I believe that's the case. It is. Now number 47. Moving on to Sissy. I'll try to get something here for Sissy. Nope. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Oh, now Mickey justifies his incorrect response. He's going to try to psych coins out. So I said 1, so we would get 2 or more. Right, Mickey? You've got the answers for everything. Coin number 49. Now, Mickey, now watch this. This will be a 3rd one, and it'll be going to Mickey. Nope. Oh, well. That would have been funny. Not only did we prove you wrong, but we also got one for you. That would be interesting. Last coin. This one goes to Carl. Everybody cross your fingers and your toes. Nobody knows. And it's normal. So we did get 2 in the roll. And that is what we've got. Thank you, Paul Sesso, for sending that roll in. Very much appreciated, good sir. And on that note, we're done with our reveals for this week. We will be doing a reveal show at 7 p.m. this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will give everyone a chance to get involved in the rolls for this coming week. I have 3 on the books at present, and Eric has 4. That'll be a fun show. Promptly, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time this evening. I'll see you then. Have a great afternoon.